All right, Shalom. This is Zariah Ben Yasharallah, GMS Lions Den. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Adam Malanas, to their elders and apostles at Great Millstone, and sincere the water to the Akim and Aquatim and the children that's believing and pushing the truth and sincerity. And I also want to say, Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash, Ma'amath. All right. And I just want to get into who Jacob and Esau is. And just the whole I just want to get into it. This is Genesis. This is Genesis. This is chapter 25, verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren; she couldn't have kids. And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? So if she's like, if this is a miracle, how come it seems like it's not a miracle? And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. So, and it also says, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So where it says one people shall be stronger than the other, I'm going to get a precept in Exodus. This is Exodus chapter 1, verse 9. And he said unto his people, this is Pharaoh talking to his people, and he said unto his people, behold, the people, well, this is Pharaoh in the time of Moses. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. So Pharaoh looked down and he saw us Israelites working out and building the pyramids, and he said there's a lot of them, and they're also very, very strong. They're mightier than we are. And after he realized that, that's when he ordered his men to kill the firstborn sons of all the Israelites. And that's when Moses was saved and he was brought into Pharaoh's house. And so everybody who knows the Israelites back in these days, they knew that we were not strong just physically, but we were strong spiritually. So I'm gonna keep going with Genesis. This is verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. And Esau in Hebrew is Ashashua, which means wasted away is he. And that describes the so-called white man to a T. And red, that's talking about so-called white men because they had red skin. Even though they call the so-called Native Americans who are Gadites. The Gadites and Reuben. Yeah, the Gadites and the Reubenites. But their skin isn't red, it's a derivative of brown. And this is verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And the reason why they didn't give a description of Jacob is because he looked normal. They didn't really have to describe him. But if you saw something abnormal, you would do your very best to describe it. And that's what they did. And where it says his hand took hold Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 80 years when she bare them. And that Jacob holding Esau's heel, that's symbolism. That's spiritual. And I'm gonna get that in 2nd Esdras. So this is 2nd Esdras chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So when Esau is the end of this world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And we see who's running the world right now. He's like it says, I'm roughly paraphrasing, but the world is given into the hands of the wicked. If not, who and where is he? Roughly paraphrasing. So we know who's running this world. It's a so-called white man. And it says that the Esau is the beginning of the world. Salakia. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So Esau, he's in this world right now. He's using Most High is allowing him to make all these. Most High is allowing him to make these weapons, these ICBM missiles, so that way he can destroy himself with it, be the victim of his own foul play. So with that, that's when, and once this place is destroyed, that's when we, the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, are going to take over this world and rule it in righteousness. And this is verse 27 of Genesis chapter 6. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. That describes so-called white man right there, because he loves to hunt. He got whole stores and whole TV channels and all that stuff dedicated to hunting. You might hear of a Jake hunting. The Gadites, they like to hunt, but the Gadites, they didn't hunt because they liked it. They hunt because that's how they had to eat. And now the only people who hunt to actually just for sport are the so-called not so-called Edomites, but so-called white people who are the Edomites. This is still verse 27. And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents, because all Jake like to do is just chill. You call him, text him up, and he be like, "Oh, I'm just chilling. I'm just at the house chilling." So this is verse 28. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Now let's see who else loved Jacob and hated Esau. All right. So this is Romans chapter 9, verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. So that's the Most High saying that Jacob has he loved and Esau has he hated. So so at the beginning of this story, it already sounds like that the younger brother Jacob is going to be the prized possession in the Most High's eyes, because he loves Jacob and he hates Esau. And plus he said that the elder shall serve the younger, and Esau was born first. And also he said that one people shall be stronger than the other, and that's clearly Jacob is being stronger than Esau. So all this is in the script. All this is was foretold. All of it was foretold. And also in Romans 9:21, hath not the potter power over the clay? And that potter is talking about the Most High. He's the potter because he has power over us. He's shaping us. He's molding things to what he wants, to what he wants them to be. Hath not the potter hath not the potter power over the clay of the same lump? Cause we all made from the same lump. To make one vessel to honor and another to dishonor? That's a question. So hath not the Most High has the power to love and hate something, because he's the God of balance. Anything imbalance is an abomination to him. There's a time to reap, time to sow, time to love, time to hate. So he has the people that he hates. He has the people that he loves. He's the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. He's not coming back just to save everybody and put flowers in everybody's hair. That's not how he rolls. So there's people that he honors and there's people that he dishonors. He loves Jacob and he hates Esau. So let's see what the rest of the story is like. So this is verse 29. And Jacob saw at pottage. He wanted some meat. Oh, Slakia. Jacob was cooking some meat. And Esau came from the field and he was faint. He was tired. Verse 30. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. So he was like, feed me. I pray that I really want some of your food with the same red pottage. And when you call meat pottage, that means that's not yet cooked. And plus it says red pottage. And the only people on the face of the earth that loved that really, really love like rare steaks and like rare burgers are Edomites, so-called white people. I work at a restaurant and I make burgers like all day, and all I see is these Edomites eating medium rare burgers or medium burgers with the blood still falling out of it. I talked to a Jake. He pulled me to the side. He's like, "Hey, y'all got some steak quesadillas?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll make you one up." I was like, "How you want your steak cooked?" He was like, "All the way." And he said it with very much emphasis on the fact that he wants it all the way done. He don't want no type of leaking. He don't want no type of blood leaking from it. And so that shows you the difference in the spiritual energy that we have between us. So this is verse 30. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And Edom means red. And the Rothschilds, their name means red shield. And there's a movie called There's a movie called House of Rothschilds. It's like an old black and white movie. It's a really, really good movie to watch because it shows how their power grew not only in Europe but also here in America, and how they started their banking organization. Verse 31 in chapter 26 of Genesis 31. And Jacob said, "Sell me this day thy birthright." And Esau said, "Behold, I am at the point to die. What profit shall this birthright do to me?" So that shows the lack of faith that Esau has. He says, "Well, I'm about to die, man. This birthright ain't gonna mean nothing if I'm dead." Verse 33. And Jacob said, "Swear to me this day." And he swore to him. So Esau swore to Jacob that he was going to sell him his birthright. And he sold him his birthright unto Jacob. And he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Verse 34. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils. And he did eat and drink and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. So he didn't really care about his birthright. And we all know the order of things. If there's a king and he has two sons, the older son gets the older son gets the throne. And so Esau despised that because he had a lack of faith. Now I'm gonna jump to chapter 27. Slack it. 25 and 6, 7, 8. Chapter 27. I'm gonna read this out. And it came to pass, this is Genesis chapter 27, verse 1. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son and said unto him, "My son." And he said unto him, "Behold, here am I, Salakia." And he said, "Behold now, I am old, I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field and take me some venison, give me some deer meat, and and make me savory meat, which such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die." So he wanted, before he died, he wanted to give Esau a blessing. So, all right, so he wanted to give Esau the blessing before he passed away. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison, and to bring it. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, "Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat, and bless thee before the Lord before my death. Now therefore, my son," this is Rebekah talking to Jacob, "now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to which I command thee. Go now to the flock and fetch me from thence 2 good kids," which is child goats, baby goats, 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth, and thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, that he may bless thee before his death. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, "Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. My father peradventure means perhaps. My father peradventure will feel me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver." And another word for deceiver is devil. My father peradventure will feel me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I will bring a curse upon me and not a blessing. So right there, even though Esau sold his birthright to Jacob, Jacob still didn't want to go through the acts of getting the blessing and the birthright. And that he protested because he didn't want to come off as shiesty. He didn't want to come off as a deceiver. He didn't want to come off as a devil. So even though he said that to Esau, and Esau sold him his birthright, Jacob still was like, "No, I don't want to do that." And Rebekah, well, when she spoke to the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, when she was pregnant with them in her womb, the Most High told her that one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. So she knows in her spirit that Jacob is supposed to take this. Even though Jacob, he might not want it, he's kind of protesting to it. This is all preordained. This is all in the script. So you got to abide by the script. This is verse 13. And his mother said unto him, Upon me be thy curse, my son. Onely obey my voice and go fetch me them. So she's like, I don't want to hear what you got to talk about. Just go do what I say. And he went and fetched and brought them to his mother. And his mother made savory meat, such as his father loved. And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son. Raiment is clothing, garments. And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them on Jacob, or her younger son. So she took Esau's clothes and put them on Jacob. And she put the skins of the goats, and she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands and upon the smooth of his neck. So because Jacob said, I'm a smooth man, not a hairy man, what she did was she took the fur, or she took the skins of the goats and put them on his hands and his neck, so that way he seemed like a hairy man. This is verse 17. And she gave the savory meat and the bread, which she said had prepared, into the hand of her son Jacob. Salakia. Is verse 18. And he came unto his father and said, My father. And he said, Here am I. Who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because the Lord thy God brought it to me. And technically, that is what happened, because the Most High put that spirit on Rebekah to do this, so that way he has the ability to receive the blessing. This is verse 21. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him, and said, Thy voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy, as his brother Esau's hands. So he blessed him. So Isaac was like, You sound like Jacob, but you feel like Esau. So all right, you got the blessing. This is verse 24. And he said, Art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, Bring it near me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near him, and he did eat. And he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said unto him, Come near now, kiss me, my son. Verse 27. And he came near and kissed him, and smelled the smell of his raiment, so smelled Esau's clothes that was on Jacob, and blessed him. And he said, See, the smell of my son is the smell of the field, because Esau, he was a cunning hunter, and he was a man of the field, which the Lord hath blessed. So it smelled like Esau. It felt like Esau, even though it sounded like Jacob. He was still going off. He was still going off that. Therefore, give thee the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. And that's what they're going to do when Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua comes back with those chariots of fire, and it's going to set, and it's going to be like shooting lasers out of those chariots, and these missiles fall. That's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be bowing down to us. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be every one that curseth thee, and blessed be he that curseth thee. Slakia. And blessed be he that blesseth thee. Slakia. This is verse 30. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. And he also made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, Let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless thee. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn. Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, Who? Where is that? Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it to me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yea, he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. Now, why would he say, Bless me, even me also, my father, when he sold his birthright unto Jacob? You know, an honest man would have been like, no. An honest man wouldn't even gone out to the field, be like, no, you don't have to bless me because I sold my birthright unto Jacob, some time ago. So, I'll get it. But Jacob's gonna come here and get the blessing, So that's what an honest man would do. But what that shows is Esau had no part in actually giving Jacob the birthright. So verse 35. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, subtle stability, Salakia, and hath taken away thy blessing. And he said, Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he's lying right there. Because he says, he took away my birthright. He didn't take it away. He sold it to him. And behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And a blessing should come with the birthright. And he said, Hast thou not rescued a blessing, reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. Because it says the elder shall serve the younger for servants, and with corn and wine, and I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? So Isaac gave Jacob a spiritual blessing. He gave him a spiritual blessing, and he gave him spiritual riches. It's verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shall thy live, and shall serve thy brother. So by thy sword shall thy live. And I'm gonna get a scripture. I'm gonna get a precept real quick. Let me get a precept. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. So he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. So-called white man led the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans into captivity. So he's going to go into captivity because you have to, you reap what you sow. What goes around comes around. It's just the natural balance of things. It's verse 10. The rest of verse 10. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So he that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword. And Isaac gave Esau the blessing of the sword. So that shows that Esau is meant to be, Esau's kingdom is meant to be destroyed, and it shows who Esau is today. And so that same sword that he killed with, that's the same sword, the same sword that he was blessed with, that's the same sword that he killed with. That's the same sword that he's going to be killed with, and also by nuclear destruction. So I'm going to go back to where I was at. Is verse 40. And by the sword shall thy live, and shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass that when Salakia, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, and thou shalt break the yoke from thy neck. Break his yoke from thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So if a brother's gonna say, I'm gonna kill my brother, that's a very wicked spirit to have upon yourself. That shows that he has the same spirit as Cain during the time of Cain and Abel. That shows that Esau had the same spirit as Cain, and Cain had the same spirit as the serpent in the garden when the serpent was a man, not a real snake. So that shows that he has a very wicked spirit upon him, and that shows that he has that curse. He has that curse. He has that very he has a curse because he has that skin. He doesn't have any pigmentation or melanin in his skin. And that shows that he has a very, very wicked spirit about himself to want to actually kill his brother. So, this is verse 42. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah, and she sent and called Jacob her younger son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau is touching thee, doeth comfort thyself, purposing to kill thee. And that's what he's been doing since the time. That's what he's been doing ever since that time. He's been killing his brother Jacob. You can see that today when these policemen, they out here killing the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. They're killing us in the street for no reason. They killed the Gadites. They killed so-called Native Americans. They killed them. And the reason why they killed them is because they have hatred in the heart, because in their mind is so wicked and corrupted. They feel as if we stole a blessing from them, and so they feel as if they should have this. They should have a blessing, and they do have a blessing, but they have a carnal blessing. So they built their heaven here on earth, but their heaven is a corrupted place. Their heaven is truly hell, because here you have this beautiful earth that the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua created, and they spraying all types of chemtrails in the air. They spraying, they spilling oil and all in the waters. They breeding animals and making a leopards with a lions. Like they making unnecessary, like they're breeding animals. They're controlling beetles with all types of computer stuff and putting in their body. They're controlling the beetles. They're making test tube lambs and like GMO food and all this stuff. So they have this beautiful earth that the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua created, and they're just defiling it, and they're just making it so dirty. So so this place has got to go, and this place has got to be destroyed. So I wanted to bring this out to show who Jacob was and who Esau was according to the scriptures, and I want to give a tawada to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua for allowing me to bring this out. And I hope this was edifying for all the Akim and Akwathim who out there on the four corners of the earth pushing the truth of sincerity. So, Shalom.